Just like a fish, you've been hook, line, and sphinctered. Why am I talking like that? I don't know. A long time ago, I used to see these ads that would tell stories, and they'd always be like, "Oh, creepy," and they'd leave you on a cliffhanger. Were any of them good? To my teenage brain, some of them were not too bad. They were a little bit enticing, till I found out I had to download an app, so that instantly made me lose interest. What was that app, you may be asking? Screaming from the rooftops? Well, the app was called Hooked. See how it all ties into the intro when I called you a fish? That's what we call a callback in the industry. A few months ago, I went into a dreamlike state and remembered that there was an app called Hooked, and it had some interesting stories on there, to say the least. Fanfiction. And I thought, is that still a thing? Do people still use that app? Do people do that anymore? Or do people just understand Twitter account now where they ship two characters together? And to my shock and amazement, Hooked was an app, and so I've downloaded it. My biggest shock of all was when I downloaded it, it said, here's a 7-day free trial. And in my head I was like, 7-day free trial? For what? I'm reading fanfiction that some moron wrote in their basement. And the reason for that trial was because that the app, on a subscription basis, is $14.99 a month. I don't know who the hell would pay that, but there's obviously some sick, depraved people out there that do that. So, I mean, you know, there's something for everyone. So I've just taken the 7-day free trial so I can get in and get amongst it. And I'll be remembering at the end of this to cancel that, because I don't want $15 coming out of my account. I can't afford that. When you first log into the app, it gives you a story and you just keep tapping and tapping and tapping and you die. That's right, death for all. But once you get past that, you get onto the homepage and it's just all, I don't even know what you'd call this animation. Is it just anime style? Is that what that is? You know, you got horror, got double, zoomer, loose teeth, and you go, none of that sounds that scary, but okay. Then you go down to the romance part, and that's where you find the disturbing stuff. Trevor and the Virgin. Trevor and the Virgin 2. A name so nice they wrote it twice. Reunion at Sunset Ranch. If it's like anything to do with Ram Ranch, I'm in. Breaking the Ice. Is that like, what's that show called? The new one with the gay hockey guys? From what I've heard, not much hockey getting played. Different type of hockey, if you know what I'm saying. But I will say, when I went to download this app, for some reason, Trevor and the Virgin was the one that popped up, so it must be a popular one. As much as I don't really want to click on it, I feel it's like my duty. It really isn't, but you know, I'm going to force myself to do it anyway. Well, it's got a 9.6 rating out of 10. That's pretty good. Why is the hottest guy at school standing naked at Martha's dorm room door? I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. And it's by a prolific writer, Kayla Parent, which I hope for namesake you are not one, because parents should not be writing this. Although I feel like most fanfiction writers probably are parents. Mainly mothers. Sick of their husbands. There's a rumour going around that Trevor Holt has the biggest you-know-what in school. I had no idea that Trevor was packing. And here he is, standing outside my dorm room, naked. I feel like that's got to be some type of felony. I feel like you're not allowed to do that. I've never lived in a dorm room myself, but I'm pretty sure there's a policy about being naked outside the dorm room. Inside the dorm room, do what you want. It's your dorm room. But outside the dorm room, I feel like that's a naked-free zone. Am I wrong? What is wrong with you? Martha says. Get out of the way! Hurry up! I gape at him as he pushes past me into the room. Gape? You gape at him? I don't. Not my favourite word in the fucking English dictionary, I tell you that. I get a full view of his butt as he scrambles to the floor and underneath my bed. What is happening here? Why is Trevor naked and running into your room and going under your bed? I'll explain later. Just don't tell her I'm in here. Tell who? As if on cue, a female voice calls his name from down the hall. Trevor's worried face peeks out. There's red lipstick smudged around his mouth. Oh, Trevor. You've gotten into old mate's lipstick again, haven't you? Listen, you can wear lipstick. It's fine. It's the 21st century. Just use your own, alright? Please! I'm desperate. What's your name again? I roll my eyes. We've only had 3 classes together. Martha. Please, Martha. She's gone crazy. She's gone crazy? So true, Martha. Men be wildin'. You're the one who... Look, I'll owe you one. Get rid of her for me, and I'll do anything. I wouldn't say that, Trevor. I wouldn't say that, because it's that type of novel, alright? You're gonna have to do everything and anything. I pause, considering this. Trevor is friends with Drew, my longtime crush. Maybe this is my chance. Oh, what the heck. Fine, but tuck in your stupid feet. I've got to think of another thing you should be tucking in. You know what I'm saying? He mouths thank you as his face disappears again under my bed. And it's not a moment too soon, as an angry Tilla James suddenly appears in my doorway. Tilla? I hardly know her. I'll leave the jokes to these guys. She's wearing a signature red lipstick. Same colour I just saw on Trevor's mouth. I couldn't have guessed that. I couldn't have guessed. They've got the same lipstick colour? Well, why do you think she's so angry? What's your name again? Martha? Why do you think she's so angry? He stole her lipstick. He ran into her room naked, stole her lipstick, ran to your room, and, well, ran into your room naked, and now he's hiding under your bed. Big freak. Where is he? Where is who? Trevor Holt. I'm assuming this is one of these stories where everyone knows who everyone is. Everyone knows Trevor Holt. I just saw him run down this hallway. Trevor Holt? Question mark? Smooth, Martha. I tap my chin and pretend to be thinking. If you want to pretend like you don't know what's happening, I wouldn't be doing the old chin tap. I don't think that's gonna work. I think that's a bit of a dead giveaway. Sorry, I don't know anyone by that name. She gives me the once over. You're lying. I told you. Martha, listen to me. Honey, listen. I told you, okay? The chin tap, the chin stroke, that ain't working, alright? Everyone knows who Trevor is. I knew it. Everyone knows who Trevor is. I know, you know, they know, we all know. Even you, her eyes are saying. Just then, a stifled laugh sounds from under the bed. Seriously, man, pull it together, okay? Pull it together. If you're gonna go around stealing people's lipstick, you can't be laughing under the bed, okay, when you're hiding. It's just not, it doesn't work. Till appears over my shoulder. I try to block her view. I told you, I haven't seen him. She doesn't look convinced, so I think fast. By the way, you've got lipstick all over your chin. That's tough. That's a tough line. You know, you're thinking, oh no, Trevor's done it this time. He's done. That's it for him. He's gonna be shot dead in the street. But Martha comes out of nowhere. You got lipstick on your chin. Stupid idiot, fucking idiot. How'd you do that? It's supposed to go on your lips, moron. Everyone knows that. Lipstick's supposed to go on your lips. It's in the name. It's on your chin. You're stupid. You're an idiot. You should get out of here. Her hand flies to her mouth. She glares once more over my shoulder, but finally walks away towards the dorm entrance. I breathe a sigh of relief and shut the door. My relief is short-lived. What are these? A grinning Trevor crawls out from under my bed. He's holding up a pair of my underwear. Alright, freak, I've just hid you from the fucking Gestapo, and now you're sniffing my underwear? Get the hell out of here! Granny panties. Of course, Trevor the freak, whatever his last name was, knows what granny panties look like. Seriously? Mortified, I run over and snatch them out of his hands. Trevor stares down in shock at my bed, where I'd been folding my laundry. Specifically my underwear. How many of those boner killers do you own? Classic Trevor, always pulling out the one-liners. Oi, it's none of your business. Shouldn't deny that, boner killers, I like that, that's good. I shove the rest of them under my blankets. Then I throw a towel at him without meeting his eyes. I'm sure there was one eye you were meeting. I apologise. And for God's sake, cover yourself up, will you? Trevor wraps the towel around his waist, still grinning. Anyway, thanks for getting rid of her. She's become a bit of a problem. Still defensive over the underwear. I snap at him. Why? Did she ask you for something like honesty? Or was it exclusivity she was after? Or, I know, something really scary like commitment. Alright, we get it. You're beating a dead horse. We get it, Martha. We get it. He's a bit of a fraternizer. His grin fades. She's my buddy's ex-girlfriend. I'm not interested in her in that way. But she won't get the hint. She just cornered me in the shower. Okay. Now I feel dumb. I'm about to apologise, but Trevor is suddenly smiling again. I notice a small dimple by his lip. So what will it be? I said I owe you one, and I'm a man of my word. My stomach instantly fills with butterflies. Is anyone else scared right now? Will I actually be able to tell him about Drew? He'll probably just laugh at me. I stall, walk over to the turtleneck sweater dress I have hanging up. Well, as you know, the end of the year parties are tonight. I do know that. It's good, Trevor. Well done. I'm glad. He looks over at my dress. And please tell me you're not wearing that. Offended, my eyes cut to his. Excuse me? He holds up his hand in surrender. Okay, sorry. Yeah, come on, Trevor. Let's just pull it back, man, alright? Okay, she saved your life. Okay, you're about to be shot dead by Tiller. And you're going around going, look at these granny panties, which, by the way, you're a freak. Secondly, look at this freaking turtleneck dress. What a loser. Have some humbleness about you. Have some humility, alright? Trevor? Whatever your last name was again? Trevor the granny sniffer? Go on. I sigh with frustration. So this is my last chance to tell a guy I really like how I feel. He graduates this year. Uh-huh. And what do you want me to do? Give you advice or something? Well, I gather my courage. This is your last chance, Martha. Just go for it. Not exactly advice, but it'd be great if you could put in a good word for me. That gets his attention. Why would he care about what I have to say? You're Trevor the granny sniffer. Everyone knows who you are, right? You're the most popular guy in whatever this is. College, I hope? Because you guys are on the football team together. Of course they are. What other team is there other than the football team, alright? His eyebrows shoot up in surprise. So you want to tell one of the football players that you like him, and you're planning to wear that? To my horror, he laughs. Come on, Martha, you seem smarter than that. Those guys only go for one type of girl, the slag. Not my words, probably his. He gestures to the dress. Girls that don't dress like nuns for starters. His words make my stomach sink. I can feel my cheeks flooding with colour. Trusting him is the stupidest thing I've ever done. I hang the dress back up angrily. Get out of my room, Trevor. Let's just forget this whole thing. I turn away so he won't see how much his words have bothered me. Considering you've just sent him out of the room, I think he's got an idea. Although he is Trevor the granny sniffer, okay? He's not the brightest tool in the bulb shop place. Shed. I hear him blow out a breath. Look, I didn't mean to insult you. I'm an idiot, and I have a habit of saying things the wrong way. I just meant that the dress doesn't really play up to your assets. I've been filming for a long time now. How long does this go for? Can we get to the part where something interesting happens, alright? This is long. This is going for so long. They haven't even picked the fucking dress yet. Let's go. Come on. I don't reveal that my mum told me the exact same thing the other day. I look at the dress and frown. Maybe they both have a point. It'd be a real plot twist if Trevor and Martha's mother were, getting it on. Tell me who it is. I'll help you. I promise. I don't want to tell him, but maybe if he tells me I have no chance with Drew, I can finally get over this asinine crush. I take a deep breath and meet his eyes. It's Drew Longhorn. To my surprise, Trevor looks disappointed. Seriously? Why him? We were lab partners in chemistry my freshman year. We haven't talked much since, but we worked well together. He was nice to me. Trevor scrutinises me but doesn't say anything. Fine, you want to get Drew's attention? We'll get his attention. My heart starts beating fast. Really? Because if you're messing with me, you need to trust me. I cross my arms, a little wary, but I nod. First, you show up to the parties with me. Everyone will notice you if you're on my arm. I resist the urge to gag over his supreme egotism. I may or may not have read that wrong the first time. You can figure out what I thought it was. Second, we need to go shopping. Finally, girls' shopping trip. Because I'm sorry, but you're not wearing that. He leads me out into the hallway and up to his room on the second floor. I stand in his doorway and watch him pull a box from his closet. Ta-da! It's a box of women's clothing. Where'd you get all those? I call it my one-night stand box. Or your one-night murder box where you murdered a bunch of women, you sick freak. Trevor the granny sniffer ain't just the granny sniffer. He's also the granny killer. Anyway, after finishing that awesome episode of fanfiction slop, I'm done. Just scrolling through after I realised that they actually did movies. I did forget about that, and why did they do it? Who knows? Assuming they were popular for whatever reason. So if you want me to look at one of those for whatever reason, I don't know, you want to torture me, let me know. But like and subscribe, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go unsubscribe from the Hooked app now because I've already wasted my time. I will not be wasting my money. Goodbye.
I love Shifty Drongo. Shifty Drongo.